Yo, what's going on, guys? Um, so today we will be doing our next weekly session of the weekly roundup. You already know where we cover all the different manga and anime that we've seen, discussed, covered throughout the week. Um, this video is sponsored by our Patreons. I want to give a shout out to Life Plus, Joseph, and Chesson41 for supporting the Shogunate and completing your donations and joining the Discord and staying active all the time. You guys want to join the Patreon and participate in all the different things we do, as well as support the channel, make sure you check out the link in the description below. With that out the way, though, it was good, Jupiter. So I was having a little bit of trouble setting up, so let me know if there's any audio issues with my mic, and if somebody else jumps in, let me know if they're having audio issues too, because I had to restart my computer 3 times. My fucking OBS layout wasn't lining up correctly. It was a bunch of bullshit. It was even an update too that they were offering, but let's get into the fucking into the shit. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure that the stream's running up and Gucci Louis. Damn, bro. Hold up. I gotta kill this nigga first before I can even fucking finish securing the stream and shit. Oh damn. Probably gonna do Tai first. Probably not Tai. Probably do One Punch first, and then fucking whatchamacallit? Tai, and then One Piece. But like I said, give me a second to make sure the fucking stream's up and shit. Yep, here it is. That should look loud as fuck. Probably do One Punch first. Let me turn that. Grimm, we took the gas on. Y'all niggas gay. Alright. But let's get it started. Well, shit, I can't even really fucking talk about One Punch that much, bro. Because we got the podcast coming up. We got the live reaction now. We got the review out. So check out my initial thoughts right there. But I might have to fucking slow down on this shit. So I'm gonna start with Tai. I don't know if Grieve or any of the boys is gonna jump in, but they do. If they do. If they don't, they don't. But so I'm mad as fuck, dog. This shit was out of everything I read this week, this was by far the worst thing I read this week, bro. Shout out to this nigga talking about some he's waiting for Arthur and shit. I feel you, bro, but Aoshi is what he was. What's going on, Lil Messi? Yo ho. Bro, I just forgot about that whole Arthur thing because it hasn't even been relevant in fucking such a long ass time, bro. And I can't see how that's gonna become relevant all of a sudden, bro. It's just so convoluted and weird. The reason why I didn't like this chapter is because of what actually was happening, the fight shit. They're just throwing punches. It wasn't even I'm not talking metaphorical fighting wise or anything like that. I'm talking about they were literally throwing punches at each other. This man drew at least 8 panels of either Escanor or the Demon King reacting to fucking getting punched and shit in the same exact way. Every single time it was a fist and then being hit by the fist. The reaction of them being hit by the fist and shit. Every single time. I'm come on, bro. Draw something different, my nigga. This shit's full of fucking magic and shit. This is one of the most dangerous niggas in the world who has all his magic powers and shit. And he's out here punching niggas, bitch. Doing non-named attacks the entire time. It's just been so anticlimactic, so unsatisfying, but I don't want it to end, but I just want this to end so badly. This is just reminiscing and thinking back to the old days of Taizai and shit, fucking Gil Thunder flying around, fucking fighting Hendrickson and shit like that at the end. Fucking the Sins taking on Gil Thunder himself as the main threat. 10 Commandments coming around and shit, banging on niggas or whatever, Purgatory, all kinds of different greatness and amazing shit, and Nakaba has provided to us, bro. And it solidifies that he's a good author. He can produce amazingly great work, which is why, it's so hard to excuse or to look past, what's been going on recently, because like this is like fuck, man. He's so good, but like this is like this ain't it at all, Chief. Like at all, it's not it, bro. Yeah, for you, bro. Yeah, that's the thing, man. He said a lot of things, man. He said a lot of things. It's not just like one thing in particular. He's not like for a minute we were under the impression that he had the entire story of Taizai planned out, set up and ready. But no, no, like that isn't the case and shit. Like it's nah. So I'm just not hung up on any of his words anymore. To any of you viewers that are subscribed for not Seven Deadly Sins, I don't want to like you know tarnish a recommendation. It's definitely a story worth reading. Um, the art's pretty good. It's a love story. There's a lot of powers and stuff in it as well too. It's what you want. It's what most people want. But um, it'll just have to come down to your own like expectations, how you feel about it once you get down to it. You guys will see once you guys catch up. Um, but that being said, um, it looks like Escanor is about to use an even more powerful solo warrior. Isn't Sunshine 1/4 of the? Yeah. It's it's not the same though, bro. Like if it was like elements of like the deity, like the deity's speed is Flash, and like the deity's physical power is Sunshine or whatever, or something like that. Like, something like that, fine. I can see it. You know, Escanor is able to do this because this is actually the supreme deity's like the entirety of her physical power and shit that he gave up. But that's not it. As far as we know, these guys only have half or parts of it. So I'm not I'm not trying to continue like moving towards trying to justify the scaling of what's going on here. It's been pretty clear that it's been out of the window for a while. I'm just trying to get at that like at least make the fights interesting, like an event, a spectacle to see and shit. Like what the fuck was it? Naruto versus Sasuke, right? Naruto versus Sasuke, one of the fucking classic animes. Naruto Shippuden. Regardless of people think about its actual ending and like quality of its ending or whatever the narrative, fucking iconic storyline in terms of anime, pushing the industry forward for us. You know, we're now approaching like being fucking like true adults, not young adults, but like true adults and shit. You know, most niggas that watch the channel are like from 15 to like 35. That's the channel average. Um, it stays within that zone. That's like the age bracket things that we have. So like people that watch are like from wide ranging different shit. You start to get tired of stuff. But like you said, man, it's whatever. Um, so Escanor is about to power up. He stopped the Demon King's fist at the end of the chapter, and it looks like he's about to go and release something beyond the one. I don't know what the fuck that could be or what the fuck that is, but hey, this is what I was thinking about before. This goes back going back to the we had talking shit, but like the whole punching thing, right? The first time this was like to me the biggest fail that Nakaba had was the Meliodas versus Escanor fight. This instance happened there the first time, and it was extremely detrimental to the fight. The fight was still hype. The community made the fight hype, and you know it was pretty cool to see it. But like, it was not as good visually or drawn as other stuff was in Taizai, simply because of the destruction. For that fight, we had a preference. We put Escanor and Meliodas inside of a technique called Perfect Cube. It's like big box that's impenetrable to most forms of magic in the Super Deadly Sins verse up until you start using like exceptionally powerful, like over uber powerful stuff, and then they may be vulnerable to getting broken by it. But besides that, most things aren't breaking this shit. So coincidentally, two of the strongest beings in the universe or in this world happen to be trapped inside of this box, and they fought. This is why we give more acclaim and accolades and praise to the box Perfect Cube, because it was able to withstand their fight, both of their destructive capabilities in these like enraged emotional states, and didn't budge, it didn't break. Sure, the earth shook a little bit, but like If they were outside, there would have been a lot more destruction. We've seen Escanor like take out multiple mountaintops with single swings of his axe or whatever, while not in the one form. We've seen Meliodas destroy entire kingdoms just by releasing magical energy. Um, so outside of the assault mode, so like the destructiveness in all mediums helps display like what's really going on and like the depth of power and magnitude of what's going on. You know how grave situations are. And if you remove that, it has negative effects. The first part is the lack of communication there because that's really what it is. I can't understand how big this is or how small it is or like how much you want me to observe this certain factor of the drawing if the perfect cube is active, at least with the properties that we were given for it. You know, it's not like he couldn't draw things being shaken or destroyed because he did, I'm sure occasions, but the lack of destruction is what I'm talking about. And to have all these characters in here, especially with the Demon King present, and like they're throwing punches, like come on, man. This is arguably supposed to be the most destructive nigga in the verse, bro. In Purgatory, this was like fucking, it was a completely different story. It was so badass. But here, he's not doing anything. So I'm like, it's... What's going on, Greek? What's up, bro? Greek is one of our patrons. Shout out to Greek. Alright. But with that the case, we're gonna leave off of Taizai, and now we're gonna head towards One Punch. Like I said before, I gotta be on my toes and shit for quite a bit. So like, I'm gonna keep everything vague, but I'll try to handle some topics. We weren't expecting Neon to not fight Genos. Like, this is like one of the few times where like he was unanimous in the fucking community, bro. Like every person that like, matter of fact, even before I finished like putting up all my shit and like editing on my shit, I was seeing niggas comment about Genos and fucking Neon. Like Neon coming out to take down Genos, and I'm like, hey, how was this such a unanimous prediction? And it turned out to not be the case. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't, hop in or come through 2v1 Neon. He might need a 2v1ing, but I don't think he'll need that. And even if he did need it, I don't think Genos would be coming for that. I'm pretty sure we're expecting Drive Knight to be able to handle the situation. Which is going to be cool to see. Cool new character. Drive Knight came out. We'll talk more about the whole Drive Knight G5 theory. Needs confirmation. Getting a lot closer to that moment. And also G6 or Drive Knight's like true potentials regardless of being G5 or not. So there's a few things to explore there in the next upcoming chapters. We've been like hopping around a lot. I think we currently have like 6 fights open. You got Atomic, you got Pig, you got Homeless, you got Fuhrer, Atomic, Pig, Homeless, Fuhrer. That's 4. You got Neon. That's 5. Yeah, that's about it. About 5 fights currently going on. Like, shit's like, there's a lot of fucking shit, bro. Like a lot. And I'm not trying to say that like it'll be hard to focus, but like, bro, there's a lot of hype ass shit, bro. Like, we could be really missing out on a lot of really, really good stuff just because of something like, fucking, I don't know. There's really not a big chance of us like skipping or like being stuck on some shit or going to a fight that we don't like, because all the fights that we like, or all the fights that are being like set up, we like. So like, leaving the Atomic fight to go to the Fear fight shouldn't really ever be like a negative point, which is cool and good. I don't know how excited or how prepared I am for like the whole like team end shit. Like it's not stereotypical, but it does happen in different anime where like the cast will get together and like well, not the cast, but like the basically the main cast will be fighting like they all get their own matchup and shit. see that all the time. Like One Piece, for example, used to do that a lot, like fucking a lot, but now they don't. They haven't touched that in like at least like 5 to 8 years. That that narrative technique, where you have the entire cast lined up with an individual there, in a fight. So I'm excited to see, like, I said, I don't think any chapters would be a downgrade, but like, I'm honestly thinking that Amai would be the least interesting. I'm not saying bad. That does not mean bad whatsoever. It just means least interesting. That doesn't mean that I dislike it either. Just that, like, out of all the things that could be liked, I like this one so much that, like, that one has to be second or some shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So, yo, shout out to Greek, the patrons. Send a donation for $15. He says, "Yo, happy birthday, you old man. Here's your present. Can't believe you're middle aged now." Shaking my damn hand. Keep it up, man. Best of luck, bruh. I'm 25. That's not middle age, you fuck. He's just fucking tripping this shit, right? Appreciate that birthday wishes, dog. All that shit. Good looks. This nigga's there. Niggas used to try to make fun of me and shit at school because of my hairline or whatever, but like, trying to call me older, but still get on the hoes, though. Telling you, bro. If you ever want to see if like a girl that you fuck with, or like a girl that you flirt with, or a girl that you want to get is like real or not, like not shallow or something like that, like get bummy, like just throw on a white tee, fucking some jeans, some either cargos or just fucking like some gym shorts or whatever, some slides on and shit, and like go fuck with her and see how she like really feels about you, whatever, and then that's how it is, though. If a female can't fuck with you and like you're bumming and shit, then like why would you want her? Like, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Alright, bet. Alright, bet. Yeah. But back to relax, Alex, bro. We'll get to the One Piece in a second. But let's get back to the One Punch Man. Actually, I think that was about it. Yeah, optimistic about the outcome with that. I was gonna say the one I'm looking forward to the least is probably my one, but there's a lot of potential with my bro, cause like he has like that cool shit where he's like all around like a badass fighter, like Doflamingo One Piece, right? A lot of the One Piece characters like they use their hands and feet, not a lot of weapons to fight. They're pretty destructive. Amai's the same kind of same situation where like he doesn't need tech tools like all the rest of the guys. Fucking drones like Drive Night, and suit up like Child Emperor and shit like that. He's going on straight hands. 1 second. Um, so he has a lot of prospects with his shit, bro. Like, cause he's already jumping out there destroying the factories. There's claws and shit, powerful, whatever. Um, so there's a lot of potential with mine. All right. So give me about 2 minutes. I gotta move my car real fast. Don't leave. The stream is not over, and I might die, but don't worry about it. But give me like 2 more minutes to be right back. All right. Fuck that. My bad. I might die. Die as soon as he leaves. Alright, people are fucking annoying, bro. Alright. Where's for going? Alright. We were talking about a Maya shit. Yo. Hold on a second. hold on 1 second. Guys, can you guys hear Madara? Because I don't see you registering the fucking in the thing. Chat, let me know if you guys can hear Madara. Um, Damn, why the fuck isn't it picking you up? Damn. But they can hear you and get them. You know, you're good on Discord. It has to be fucking. Yeah, it's OBS, man. Let me see. Advanced audio properties? Nope. Those are all good. Properties. Default. Yeah. I think that's it. Say something?
Yo. It's your boy Madara.
You registered
Yo.
now, man. Finally. Now let me know if you can hear Madara now. Chat.
Dude, this week was juicy, man.
Bro.
This week was juicy, bro.
You were like the most important nigga to come, bro. Like, bro, I'm gonna say it now. One Piece took it.
Dude, Oda's in his bag, bro. He's in the bag. He's like, man, I'm about to show these niggas. Well, I got the #1 selling manga of all time. I'm about to show y'all niggas, man.
Out of One Punch, out of 736 and a One Piece. For the first time in a long time, One Piece took the best chapter, bro. Shit. Dog.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, I was shocked by like all of the stuff that he was like doing, man. It was like, now honestly, some of the stuff we knew where he was going to be going with it. We knew that, you know, he was going to be, you know, alluding to some of these things taking place, but everything that like he set up so far, you know, the assassination attempt in Alabasta, you know, with Cobra probably being dead, you know, them trying to probably pin it on Sabo, just, you know, the abolition of the Warlordd system. Like, bro, like Oda was like, man, I'm one after another, man. I'm about to shock you.
What do you mean put it on Sabo? Hold on, did I read it wrong?
Well, I'm saying because the way, like, okay, the hood translations made it seem like Sabo died, right? They made it seem like Sabo died, Sabo got killed. But in the official Viz translation, when you go over the dialogue with Ivankov is like, man, there's no way Sabo would have done this. This is fake news. That lying bird at the world, what's it called? The World Economic Journal, or it's whatever. Anyway, he's saying that what's his name was lying. He's saying that that big news was lying, that it's fake news. Sabo would never do this. Koala is like, say it ain't so. Makino and them are all shocked. But what does give you the impression that Sabo could be dead is that Dadan was like, we just found out he was alive. So that kind of brings it into maybe he's dead, maybe not. But the reason why I don't think he's dead, because Big News said there was an assassination, an attempted murder, and the third bit of news was the abolition of the Warlordd system. So I think what's going on is that the royal government is trying to pin it, the assassination, on Sabo. They're trying to say Sabo killed Cobra or Vivi, or attempted to kill Vivi but killed Cobra, something like that. Yeah.
You think one of the kings is dead?
Yeah, one of the 20 kings is dead. And even Dragon was like, no matter what happened, we need to do our own investigation. Because Dragon's like, we don't need to rely on the royal government. need to find out for ourselves. But what's interesting is that they've lost all communication with the 4 commanders, minus Bello Betty, of the Revolutionary Army. They can't contact Karasu. They can't contact Lindbergh, Morley, or Sabo.
Bro,
So
I should have fucking like reread it again because like what I thought was happening was that um like they announced that like Sabo is dead or whatever, and I thought it was the
yeah.
result of the like the Fuji class because like you said
Oh yeah.
they didn't say directly that like Sabo is dead, but like the whole Don Don thing is like kind of and all the news is kind of leading to the like is Sabo dead? Is Sabo dead or whatever? So I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Exactly.
like the only way that Sabo could be dead is if like somehow in the encounter with Fuji he killed him. But like we know for a fact from just Rosa that Fuji and Sabo are working together. Or like if they see
Huh.
each other, they're gonna speak to each other as they're friendly and like that.
Exactly.
Like they have intentions to
Exactly.
yeah. They're not gonna get in each other's ways on purpose.
Yeah. Because that's the
So
thing is that what throws a wrench into it is that exactly as you said, because Big News said there was an incident. Because no, going back to Garb, Garb said usually it's like they'll have minor clashes between the kings, the higher kings and the lower kings. The lower kings battle for provisions for their kingdom, while the higher kings in those kingdoms let them do it, and they basically stare down on one another at the table. He said, but this year, blood was shed. And then he tells Neptune and them, don't lose hope in humanity on the surface. But he said, the incident is in regards to the Alabaster Kingdom. Someone's blood was spilled, so somebody died. That's why I'm thinking that the government is trying to pin the blame on Sabo. That, hey, Sabo did it. Sabo was the one who killed your boy King Cobra. But I'm thinking maybe Sabo rescued Vivi and when the CP0 killed Cobra. Because remember, when we saw Emu, he had a picture. He had 4 pictures. He cut up Luffy's bounty poster. He cut up Blackbeard's poster. He had a sword through Shirahoshi's poster, but he had Vivi's poster in his hand,
yeah,
right?
yes.
And then when he meets with the 5 Elder Stars or the 5 Gorosei, they ask him, who do you want us to kill? And then we see them leaving the meeting in the next chapter, and they say great cleansing needs to take place. The first kingdom that they've cleansed is Alabasta.
By killing Princess Vivi?
By killing Cobra, I believe. Because they might try to take Alabasta over. A lot of people were saying that maybe they're trying to find Pluton.
What is
Go ahead.
The idea behind the notion? Is it like to cleanse them by like removing the old blood, like the old leadership of Cobra's way of thinking, or like what? Like what?
Probably,
Why?
because we know Cobra requested a secret meeting with the 5 Gorosei, right? And he said the question he was going to ask was about the ancient kingdom, right? He was going to ask about the D, the will of D, who were these people? He said, he was going to ask about Pluton. We know that Pluton is tied to the Void Century, the Blank Century. And so if he's doing that, that means he's getting too nosy. So what they're going to do is like, you know what? Can't have this guy going around causing trouble. Off him. Kill him off, Maybe they're going to marry Vivi off, force her into a marriage with someone of their choosing. From the Celestial Dragons, probably Charlos. The one who, dude, I'm thinking Oda might really get in his bag here and make it to where Charlos marries her. Because we know that the Celestial Dragons force people into marriages anyway. They abduct women who are already married off the street. We saw that in Saboti, where Charlos shot the dude, shot the husband, and forced the wife to go with him.
But
that's his new wife.
That was some casual shit though, like
yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh, he about to let her go or some shit after nah, like it's
you mine, nah. Exactly, like.
Oh shit,
dude! Like, okay, Boat Hancock versus Rear Admiral Covey. Like,
So like, I'm expecting Kobe to get bodied, dragged across the ground.
Yeah, exactly. I'm expecting him to get bodied too. I'm expecting them to really just start geeking out about Luffy, honestly,
I wish this was
because
like the anime where we could actually like, because I don't expect him to actually like draw this fight. Like I don't
yeah,
expect him to. Yeah, but like,
I don't expect him to draw any of them. Sadly, like
yeah.
we're not going to see Mihawk because there were like 13 ships at the Monkey Kingdom at Mihawk's castle. There were 13 ships there. And Mihawk is like, man, I'm tripling with excitement. This is like the first time in like forever that I've been chased. You know, it's like, bro.
I was like, the Viz also say chase because like, doesn't that imply that he's
Yeah,
gonna run or?
that's what a lot of people are saying. Some people are saying that he's just going to stay there and fight.
No.
But remember, he has a soft spot for those human drills, the giant monkeys. He doesn't want them going back through war again. So I'm pretty sure he's going to leave. I'm pretty sure he is going to go on the run. Let me see exactly what the vid says
That
on
makes
that
sense.
panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't.
Non-troll wise, it definitely doesn't allude to like fear or anything of him running.
Yeah,
but like,
not at all.
Because didn't he take out Don Krieg's fleet? Like literally the fleet.
Yeah, he took out all 50 ships.
Yeah. Like
well, 49, and then they went back to the East Blue with the last ship, and then he cut it up when he got there because they so-called woke him up. But yeah, he says it. He says, "I feel the thrill of excitement. It's been so long since I was the one being chased." Yeah, so that does imply if you're being chased, that does imply he's going to probably sink these ships and then he's going to set sail.
Get moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. Let's see how that shit plays out.
Yeah, we will.
Because it's just like for a minute, bro, and like I kind of still hold this judgment like that obviously didn't turn out to be. I thought that Fuji's plan was like more like a character's like empty ambitions type shit. Like he's obviously had like doing like some devious shit, scheming and shit behind the world government's back to get this like goal of his done. But at the same time, like I never saw it as like something that would actually like get done. Like you're asking for like a fucking lot. Like this isn't like give me a warship to go take down this pirate. This is like let's remove this entire force of piracy that works for us and shit.
Exactly.
And possibly cause like traumatic danger. Like if any of these niggas go free, if any niggas go rogue, like that's a problem, man. Like you can't.
It is.
You can't have Boa roaming around the seas like willy nilly, but like that's not gonna go well. Like most niggas are gonna lose her. It's
exactly.
Yeah. So like I didn't think it was gonna happen. Like I thought the Warlordd.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Was so valuable, was so important, even though it doesn't work a lot of times. That you have to keep it. But that's why I'm more excited or I'm more interested into like how they convinced these people. Wasn't it a unanimous decision too or some shit like that?
Yeah, it was either unanimous or it was like highly in their favor that this happened.
That's crazy. I thought that the government at least would interfere with like, you know, because we were getting the impression that like the Reverie meeting wasn't really gonna mean anything. That didn't have that much like influence and shit. It was just like the world government appeasing the nations. You know, go ahead, have your meeting or whatever, decide shit.
Yeah,
that. But like no, like them agreeing to that is removing the Warlordd system. So that both solidifies the power of the Reverie that it actually has, and we're in for a whole new game, bro. The main reason why I was so hyped about this is because since Fuji came in spouting this shit, I kept saying, like, hey, this is an admiral. He's a swordsman. And he has a fruit. This guy has the materials to be stronger than Mihawk. Hey, coincidentally, his storyline may involve him fighting Mihawk. And now look at it. Like, he literally has taken the steps to eventually... If he wants to fight Mihawk, he can now go and fight Mihawk without a problem now. So
what do you think their secret weapon is, though? Because remember, the reason why Fujitora wanted to do this is because he said he believes the invention Vegapunk made should be strong enough to do away with the Warlords. Now let's look at what the Warlords did at Marineford. Kuma is partly responsible for the death of Oars Jr. with his Ursa shot. That's what brought Oars to his knees. Oars blasted through all the giants like it was nothing. He was like, man, you guys are nothing compared to me. He got through the giants. Now, obviously, a Kainu could have stopped him. Kizaru could have stopped him. Aokiji could have stopped him. But it was the Warlords. Dofi cut off one of Ora's legs. We know what. Moria attacked him with his shadow, stabbed him through. But it was the Warlords who were doing a lot of the stuff. The Warlords were fighting a lot of the Whitebeard pirates, a lot of their subordinate commanders and stuff like that. They were heavily involved. To do away with them entirely means that you have to be strong enough on your own to not need them. Like, so the next time that something could possibly happen or pop off, let's say obviously the next big fight is probably Luffy. Once he becomes Yonko, you're saying that what you have is enough to beat the likes of Monkey D. And it's like, that's wild to me. Like, because after Luffy fights Kaido, and let's just go on and say it, after he wins and beats Kaido, you mean to tell me that the government is strong enough to not need the likes of a Dofi, the likes of Mihawk, Boa Hancock to fight him? Like, man, they really, really, really believe in themselves.
Well, you know me, bro. I'm of the belief that, like, if you put 3 admirals anywhere, they're winning. But
Yeah.
you're right. Like, at the same time, like, we can't disregard the power that the Warlords obviously have. Like, it's not a coincidence that, like, any Warlord, in my opinion, could fight a commander. Like, any commander.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's about
of
right.
course.
Yeah, that's just not a coincidence. Like, maybe we compare admirals to Yonko, but like we just agree that any Warlord can take on any commander. So it's to lose that capability. The question that you asked earlier is really valid, and like it's probably what's on the minds of everybody. What the fuck does Vegapunk have? What the fuck was Fuji talking about? Like even Marcus. Yeah, I ain't trying to leave out Weevil, but Marcus mentioned earlier and shit, fucking that the Vegapunk weapons must hit different. And
yeah, they have to hit different. Like he has to have invention way different than just the pacifistas. Because again, you're talking about getting rid of people as strong as Mihawk, world's strongest swordsman. You're basically saying, hey, we don't need you anymore. We don't need the world's strongest. We don't need someone with a similar title as Whitebeard. We don't, man. That you can either say that that's arrogant, or you can say that that's how strong Vegapunk's weapon is. And it's like, if Vegapunk's weapon is that strong, that's crazy.
Even I just
that's like bonkers, bro.
To me, just like it just this doesn't make sense. Like, I to an extent I get it, like because all right, the way I've had to like think about it to understand it is like a plane, right? So certain warplanes get decommissioned or retired after a certain amount of time of service or whatever. Right?
Yeah,
their entire like make might go out of might get retired or whatever for something better. And if that's how Fuji's approaching it, then sure. The Warlord system is the old F-15 or something like that is obsolete currently right now. And to replace it, because it's having problems, and it has a lot of negative issues, quote unquote, like the Warlord system has, that are causing more problems than not, sure, it does make sense to replace it with something that has less problems. Maybe that's not necessarily just completely better, but slightly better, and especially less problems. So I could dig it to a certain extent, but like this is more of a absolute power issue in my viewpoint. Like the potential of the enemy is everlastingly growing. We see that in the example that is Straw Hat Luffy. If the Marines are smart, which Akainu is, he has a constant like mindset that like there is a nigga that's called Luffy, or there are niggas like Luffy that continue to grow in influence and power continuously. Not to mention the Yonkos growing influence. So you have to have something that like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to remove this, you like, why not just have more? Like, why not just have more? Why not have, instead of one gun that's strong and you replace it with a better gun, why not have one gun that's strong and then another gun that's even stronger? Like that's what I would
Exactly.
think would be, and especially with the style of Akainu. Like Akainu is a brute, you know. Like what was it mentioned by Oda in a quote, I think, or in a data book, that Akainu has the most destructive
The
fruit.
strongest, the strongest Logia fruit, or the most power potential in his devil fruit.
That's what it was, power
Like,
potential. Yeah, some shit
yeah,
like that. Yeah. So like, to have a guy that his powers like that, ruthless and shit, he may be level headed in some of his decision making. You know, he's definitely not incompetent or like hot headed, but like he's
yeah,
aggressive. Akainu has an aggressive style, and you're telling me
exactly,
that that type of nigga wouldn't want to have two nukes instead of one? Like,
exactly,
niggas can't deny what Fuji's now like fucking forced upon the world government is the replacement of their old gun.
exactly. He's saying I found a better year, make, and model.
Yeah. So my nigga, I'm here for the test drive and shit. I'm gonna see this shit, but like, why can't we have two
Yeah.
cars, man? Like, damn, nigga. But we'll see. How, how
Yes, sir.
how are you feeling about all this? What are your
Man, I mean, as I said, it's just taking everything into account, uh, everything that happened in the chapter, like the very first 5 pages. One thing is that we can no longer just call him Big News Morgans. We got to call him Big Hands Morgan
Bro, you
because he
seen that,
boxed
man?
that dude
Yo, boy, he was doing that thing to niggas, man.
he did that thing to him, man. He boxed him up. Dude, you come on my shit, telling me what to do, man. I'm a DJ of words. Like, man, you don't tell me what to
I was not
do.
expecting that, bro. I really was
Not at
not.
all. This guy is a CP0 member, Aegis, which I just found out that Aegis means shield.
Oh,
So
really?
CP0, yeah. So CP0 is shield, and then we know the group that X Drake is a captain of, Sword. So they're probably opposing groups.
Oh shit! But tell me, nigga. Like, it was made like, I don't want to say canonly apparent, but like it was made painfully apparent by them saying it in English, translating to English what sword is.
Yeah,
You had to decipher the meaning of ages. Are
exactly.
you sure?
Yeah, it does because I believe it's Greek,
Yeah,
and
Aegis Shield. That's what
No,
they're
no,
saying.
I'm
yeah,
not
it's
saying, I'm
Greek.
not questioning the meaning. I'm saying like, are you sure that it's supposed to be like a contrast or like?
Well, if you think about it, look at this. Akainu didn't like the fact that the Gorosei put that line in the newspaper about Dofi, right? He's like, you should have checked with me. You should have made sure that it was okay with me. Gorosei told him, shut up, kick carpet, go on to be the fleet admiral. This is what we're doing. Piss off. The thing that shows that there are opposing groups is that what did Drake say? Drake didn't like that CP0 was in Wano trying to cut a deal with pirates. So we know that even though they're abolishing the Shichibukai system, they're still trying to negotiate with Kaido, with Orochi. What did Orochi say? Bring me
I want Vegapunk
Vegapunk. He said,
or
I want
more.
Vegapunk. He said, if you want anything from my country, you have to bring me Vegapunk. So we know that they're in cahoots somehow because, again, Drake didn't like the fact that Aegis Zero was there. So this shows that maybe Akainu, because we know people brought up in the cover page of chapter 592, when it shows Akainu and Kizaru pruning that tree, what tattoo do we see on the Kainu's right arm?
A sword.
A sword.
Damn, look at that.
Yeah, he has a sword tattoo on his right arm.
You know
And
what it might
so,
be? You know what it
go
might
ahead.
be, honestly? I don't want to cut you off, but like I
Now
thought
go
that.
ahead.
So what it might be is that the shield might represent AG. So AG0 might represent the CP9 that pretty much protect uh well obviously the world nobles, while sword obviously would probably be like a task force type dealio. So it's like they're probably like legitimately going head to head, but like kind of like on the low because like it's the world government versus pretty much the Marines, and those technically are two separate organizations if you think
Entities,
about
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
like they're like almost like kind of joined, but it's like you've never really seen conflict like this. This kind of new. I'm not gonna lie. That new.
Yeah,
This
it
that
is
new.
because it hits different because we know that there are distinctions between the world government, aka the Celestial Dragons, and the Marine forces. We know
And
that
that
Sengoku wanted Aokiji to be promoted to fleet admiral. The Celestial Dragons wanted Akainu,
they
and
fucked
so
up.
exactly,
Fucked up.
and
They
so
fucked up. Got the wrong guy. Got the
yeah, I mean, but really, this throws everything into a loop because what if Aokiji is a secret sword member? You know,
Ooh,
yeah,
yo, I swear,
this
these
throws
niggas out here
everything off.
connections, my
I'm
nigga.
just saying. Look,
hey man, that's the
Blackbeard
ops for
said
you.
Blackbeard said he doesn't fully trust Aokiji yet, right? We
Yeah.
know that when the Gorosei brought up the fact that Aokiji was with Blackbeard, Mr. Absolute Justice Akainu blew them off. He's like, man, I'm not worried about him. You're not worried about a former admiral, one of the strongest marine powers, joining a pirate. Why aren't you worried about it? Well, he wouldn't be worried about it if that former admiral was a member of his secret group, Sword.
Crazy.
He wouldn't be concerned about it. Remember, someone tipped him off about
He would
when
have to
they
be the
got
leader,
exactly. Remember,
or no?
one, the government would not believe Jesus Burgess about the secret headquarters of the Revolutionary Pirates, right? But Akainu got an anonymous tip from a secret source that the revolutionaries were on Baltigo. I believe that secret source is Aokiji. Because when Aokiji was talking to Smoker, he said, please don't believe all that you read about me in the newspaper. He said, trust me. That would have to mean that he's still a member of the Marines, just a secret group. I'm proposing that Aokiji is inside of Sword, along with Akainu being the leader of Sword.
Here's
As
my
a
thing though. Here's
Go
my thing
ahead.
though. Just really quickly, why is it that he would even let Kobe in there since he like almost tried to turn him into a donut too during like the Paramount War? I'm like, hold on a second, like I thought you didn't like the kid. I
Because
mean, don't
he's
get me
done
wrong.
nothing
Like
but
I
prove himself.
He's
I
proven
fair
mean,
enough.
himself.
Fair
obviously he's
enough.
been
He's a
off
hero. He's
screen,
a
but
hero.
like
Yeah.
we know Kobe's demeanor. He's probably done nothing but follow regulations to the T, excel, work hard, innovate shit, and then fucking get to this point. Like
I mean, shit. Look at him now. Big dick, fucking captain, fucking hockey.
Rear Admiral.
All
a
six powers. All
a
six powers.
rear ad, my nigga.
Rear
Like
Admiral.
Rear
That the
admiral.
same rank as X Drake before X Drake left the Marine,
yeah,
Yikes.
supposedly.
bro. And bro, my
Like,
nigga, like I don't know why it pissed me off, but like 'cause I still fuck with it. But like it pissed me off when I found out Drake was a fucking Marine. Still, I'm like, bitch, you snitch ass, you dirty two-timing fuck, you piece of fucking
I
shit.
but
mean, honestly,
when you look
like
at everything with X Drake,
expected a little.
yeah, go on. What are you saying?
Johnson, fuck it, go ahead, man.
No. But it was like when you look at everything with X Drake, this goes back to what Law was alluding to on Saboti when he asked X Drake, "How many people have you killed?" Why would he ask X Drake that if he did not suspect X Drake to still be a Marine? Because we saw that even when Kizaru kicked him, he's like, "Oh, you're a red flag, X Drake."
Oh, that did happen to somebody, didn't it?
Yeah, he was about to
Bro,
go into it,
bro,
but then
that
he stopped
introductory
himself.
dialogue, this nigga Oda was
Exactly.
laying seeds down,
Laying
bro.
groundwork, nigga.
Bro. Hey, hey, Nakaba, take notes, bitch.
Like he was laying groundwork all the way back then. Like, how? Well, what's your actual body count? Red flag. You know, uh, what are you actually doing? Who are you actually working with? You know, so Oda was already laying the ground because again, further back, we know that they were on the same island, Law and Next Drake, when Law got the Opie no me. You know, and even there, his people were like, man, he's the strongest of us all, but in a fight, he's a coward. And we know that X Drake ran away. So Oda's just been kind of laying the groundwork for this for a very long time. And we're finally going to see the fruition, maybe, here in Wano of everything. So I'm excited, man.
Damn, bro, like I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been out of it for a little bit, dog. Like, but now this is like, but this is also this is classic One Piece, bro. In terms of like how Oda can fuck us in the ass. This is like when I talk about like you really don't. What the fuck is going on with my shit? My shit's fucking glitched up. What the fuck? All right. But like I was saying, there is no better chance than this to not come back to this for fucking 12 to 15 chapters, man. And that's like what, a whole year? Like,
exactly.
I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet a good pair of shoes that we don't hear about the abolition of the Warlordd system's consequences for the next 10 chapters, by that. Do you think that's fair?
Oh, bro, that's fair. I mean, we probably won't hear about it again to the end of Act 3. Because look at it. At the beginning, before Wano started, we got Reverie, right? In between 925 and 926, that's when we go around the world. We find out about Blackbeard's bounty. We find out that Gecko Moria went to Beehive, or Full of Lead Island. He finds out that his boy is dead. Absalom is dead. He finds out that, we find out a bunch of stuff, and then we get introduced to King and Queen at the end of that chapter. Now, the end of Act 2, we get a whole chapter around the world again about what's going on outside of Wano. Because it's been, so they're keeping it intact because they went back 7 days for us for showing us what happened about Reverie being done. So we get that while 7 days pass here on Wano, we get what happened outside of the 7 days of Wano. We get the 7 days of the world. What happened at Reverie, how the fallout happened. So I'm pretty sure by the end of Act 3, however the Fire Festival goes, whether I'm torn because we didn't get the plan from Kinemon, what the plan was. Like, we knew the plan was going to fail with Big Mom because we got all the information. But when they had the War Council meeting in 954, Oda cut away from it and didn't tell us what the War Council plan was. So the plan could end in success, Orochi could get killed, or the plan could end in failure, but we know traditionally in Kabuki plays, Act 3 is a tragedy arc. It's a tragedy storyline, so somebody could die, somebody could get really hurt, seriously injured, on our side, on the good guy side. So then I'm pretty sure at the end of Act 3, we're going to get another scene around the world, because this is the pattern Oda's doing. Because he told us earlier this year, he said, we're going to go back to Reverie. He said, what happened at Reverie is going to shock everybody. And he was freaking right. 956 shocked the entire fandom. like nobody was prepared for this. Like he literally, he didn't break our, bro, he shattered our ankles. Like our ankles are no longer there. So I'm pretty sure at the end of Act 3, we're going to get to see some fallout. Maybe what happened with the Warlords, who got captured, who got away. I doubt Buggy's getting captured. He's not going back to Impo Down. As I said before, I'm pretty sure Boa and Kobe are going to be fangirling and fanboying out about them both knowing Luffy. I don't really expect them to fight one another, or if they do fight, I do expect Boa to win. I'm with you. I expect Boa to drag him unless Oda's going to really follow that by Luffy the next time Luffy sees Kobe. Kobe said he would be a Marine Admiral by the next time he sees Luffy. So that would give credence to it if Kobe does capture him. that would mean that he might get promoted, whatever happens to one of the other admirals. Because right now they still only have, well, no, they have 4. Well, no, they have Akano, and then they have the other 3. So they're missing a seat. So Kobe could become that new one, the pink flamingo or whatever code name, if he does become the new admiral. If he does catch Boa Hancock, if he's the only one who's successful in capturing one of the former Shichibukai, they would have to give him a promotion. So he might become a Marine Admiral. And man, there's so many possibilities, bro, with what Oda's doing with this with his manga. Like, he's in his bag. I'm enjoying every second of it. Act 2 was kind of slow in some places, but the last 10 to 15 chapters have been really good in Act 2.
I was gonna so check this out. Like,
yeah.
We're gonna be in Wano, like you said, like we agreed for like quite a bit of time. So when we come out, what is realistic to see or to expect when we come out of Wano?
Oof. Man. When we come out of Wano, what can we expect? Chaos. Absolute chaos. Because the whole point in the Warlordd system was to prevent chaos, right? It was to have peace between the 3 powers. You really only experienced chaos in the Blues, but when it came to the New World was ruled by the Yonko, and the Grand Line was ruled by the Marines. Well, if Big Mom and Kaido fall, or if at least Kaido falls, this throws all of his territory into disarray. That means it's up for grabs amongst the pirates. The New World gets thrown into chaos. And then we find out what's going on with the Warlords. Kobe, again, he said the Marines are strapped, so he doesn't know how this operation is going to go. Like, this operation could go, like, totally awry, you know, with everything that they're trying to do. Because he's basically saying that they're trying to do too many things on fronts. And how is it possible that they can do this? Like, how can we stop the Shichibukai? How can we accomplish a lot of these goals? Because we're strapped. But again, they make a punk. Go ahead.
Well, what did Blackbeard say in the chapter? I forgot.
Okay, so
yeah,
the official viz, Blackbeard says, because Manga Stream tried to make it seem like he was saying if the government is going to go after them, we might as well pick them up ourselves. So a lot of people were bringing away the conclusion that he was talking about the former Shichibukai. But in the official viz translation, he says this. He says, pack your bags onto the ship. If the Navy's only going to take it, I might as well claim the prize. So Kobe said most of the Marines' forces are where? Alabasta. This is where most of the Marine forces are. That's what Garp said too.
So let's
what?
Go
ahead.
An ancient weapon?
Exactly. So a lot of people are drawing the conclusion that the world government has found Pluton in Alabasta. And so Blackbeard is like, if they're only going to take it and not use it, I might as well get it for myself. Because we know that Blackbeard really doesn't, I mean, he only has that. I mean, he calls himself an admiral now, but he really, as far as his ship goes, we haven't seen what he's actually using right now. I mean, we saw the ship that Shiryu and Lafitte was on, but we don't know how many ships they actually have between all of the commanders. So if he goes and gets Pluton, bro, like, Oda's giving him, like, OD powers right now. Like, it's crazy.
What would you like more? Him getting Warlords or him getting an ancient weapon?
Man, if he gets the Pluton, because remember, the plans Frankie had was the anti-weapon of Pluton. That's what Frankie had in Water 7 / Innie's lobby. Was that he actually had the plans to the anti-weapon of Pluton. That would mean that by the time we get to the final war and Luffy and Blackbeard get into it, that'll mean that Frankie possibly turns the Thousand Sunny into the anti-Pluton. Because they have to fight it at that point. So he could very well end up with Pluton, bro.
Shit, bro. Yo, what's up, Keisha? That's Keisha, right?
Yeah. Keisha's in here, but he ain't talking. He's muted. I know.
Alright.
He's typing though.
But fuck, man, I'm just like, this is like really like sparking my my One Piece drive again. But like,
he said he can't hear anything, Grimm. So Keisha can type.
Shit. Yeah, he's probably gotta restart his shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it has invigorated me as well. I mean, I've been a week-to-week reader for a very long time. Wano had kind of been slowing down a little bit, but dude, just thinking about all the possibilities go, like yeah, it bro, really has. Yeah.
What was the last chapter? We just got the Zoro thing too, bro.
Like, exactly, with Enma, you know,
bro, like
the Black Blades raising the sword grade up, you know.
Like low key, it's been some shit going on. Like it's like, you know, like obviously the art of One Punch and the current arc have as much intensity and higher intensity. Well, I can't even say that. The intensity of the current One Punch arc has been way higher than anything that the Wano arc has had besides the Kaido versus Luffy thing. But at the same time, the way Oda's dropping these things, it's like it's not like little like pebbles in a pond, and eventually like the pond's gonna dry because there's so many pebbles. He's dropping boulders in that bitch, bro.
Yeah,
like that nigga
exactly
in there, bro. I may not like some of it, and he may be dropping pebbles in there sometimes, but like I'll give respect to this arc to a certain extent, and I know for a fact in my reread I'll feel differently about it. But
yeah,
this
exactly.
Arc, yeah, he's definitely moving things along, you know, and I myself is like, you know, you yourself have fought against me or have like tried to show me the different opinion on the like the crazy shit that I've been saying like over like the past few like weeks, just because I've been like, you know, feeling negative about it, you know, talking about like how some of the characters are like, or it's difficult to like relate to a lot of the characters, or like how I don't care about some of the story plots and shit like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, those are all like personal things, not like overall concrete things. Sometimes it may be like consistent. You know, one or two things may not make sense or whatever, but like, for the most part, like, this has been like rock solid, man. And I'm just like, to drop this too, it's like it's typical One Piece. Like,
it is.
Be doing that good ass shit, and then drop that fucking godliness and be like, wait. Hey, fuck, bro. Like,
yeah, because like with what he's doing, like, okay, so like one of the parts that was kind of a little dead in the water for a lot of people was it was Yasue. Like we saw Yasu, we got introduced to him when Zoro got on the ship with him, and we knew that maybe he was a witching hour boy, maybe he was someone of importance, but we were kind of like, okay, this guy is here, all right, whatever, Oda. But what Oda was basically doing is that basically the Straw Hats are us. So we're like, who is this dude? Like, you know, who is he? Who is he important to? Is he important to me? Do I care about him? Honestly, no. But Oda was going somewhere with it. He was so he was setting everything up with Yasue. And so now basically we had to go through that to get to where we are right now. Did I enjoy it? as a week-to-week reader. Not a lot, because a lot of the characters that I really enjoy, really love, like Sanji, Robin, and them, they've been doing stuff, but it's been off-screen, and then Oda has to come and tell us what they were doing. It's kind of like Robin this past week. Oh, Kaido, and then how about 30,000 forces when I was investigating? Well, I would have loved to have seen your investigation. like, how long was she investigating? Where was she going on the island? And then all we find out is that, oh, well, during my investigation, I found out they have 30,000 troops. That's not even counting Big Mom. We know that she has like 80 plus kids, and we know Katakuri and them aren't there right now. That's not even taking her troops into account. And so it was like, man, that would have been great to have seen, like, you know, all the info Robin was finding out. Because I enjoyed that. Like, I miss kind of the adventure stuff of One Piece. Like, it still has certain aspects of it to this day, but not nearly as much as Part 1 had. Like, Part 1, we got slice of life stuff with them on the ship.
Hell yeah, nigga.
Exactly. You know, we saw Zoro's flashback on the ship, you know, when he was thinking about his past. You know, we saw a lot of that stuff. Part 2 hasn't really given us a chance to see it. And honestly, you know, we as readers, we understand because he has a lot of stuff to get through. It's kind of like, you know, everybody was going crazy last week when they said in the interview that he did with some Japanese YouTubers, he said, I would like to end One Piece in 5 years. So everybody's like, oh man, we're down.
Oda be fucking with Japanese
exactly. Yeah, because he invited them into his studio.
You Nani?
Exactly. You know, so he had invited them in and was talking to them. And so that was big news. But then Naito, the official editor of Shonen Jump, came out and said, like, guys, that's what he would like to do. But he said, there's no way we can end One Piece in 5 years. He said, there's too much to cover. You know, so, because everybody was like, oh man, this is ending. But then he came out and was like, no. So Naito is basically saying that there's probably another 8 to 10 years of One Piece that we have to get through before the very end. And so that's reinvigorated the fan base again as well.
What if like, because I'm saying you're a man of business.
Yeah.
So if I have 10 cupcakes, right?
Yeah.
Fucking bomb ass cupcakes, right? them shits is them dangs, bro. Grimm cakes, man. Them shits Grimm cakes as fuck, right? You know, I got 10 of them, right? And your girl, she gets them from me, right? $10 for one. She buys them, right? She tells you, hey, do you want half? You're like, nah, you're on a diet and shit, right? Fucking, she eats the entire thing. Fucking, like, her eyes, like, her pupils dilate and shit, my nigga. Like, she fucking, like, she starts spewing milk from her titties and shit, bro. Like, she starts shaking and shit, like, her hair turns to a twist and shit. It's that good, my nigga. It's that good. So you like, talking about you out here busting nuts to cupcakes. Let me do that too. So you come through, right? You come through with the dub sack, right? You know, you come through with 20, like, all right, let me get her to do that again. And let me get one for myself and shit. You know, so you come out there, you get that shit. Fam. No, that's 3 that's gone. That's seven fucking cupcakes of godliness. Now, you go ahead, you tell your boys, you tell your people and shit like that. The rest of them gone. Now, I lost 6 of them. I have 1 left. 1 godly cupcake. Now, mother, this 1 godly cupcake that you, all your niggas, and your girl know is fucking like, it's it, man.
Yeah.
They're almost gone, bro. It's just food, right? So, like, it's not gas. It's not a weapon. You don't really gotta, like, give it to them. You know, it's not like fucking your wife is gonna fucking, like, divorce you if you don't give her this cupcake. But you got that 1 last cupcake left, right? You finna go ahead, slide to the Grimm store and try to cop that bitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get you that orgasm cupcake, right?
Yeah.
That cupcake is not worth that much more. If another person came at the same exact time as you, mother, if that cupcake that made you bust a nut, if your wife came to the store at the exact. No, I can't say your wife. You probably gave it to her. If some random nigga, right, was pulled up to the store. I don't need pulled up, right? But he got a Corvette, or you got a fucking a whoop-de-whoop. you in the bucket, right? And then he drift around your shit and cuts you off in the parking spot. So you already mad at this nigga and shit. He almost made you crash and hit him, so you would have had to pay money. So you mad as fuck. You go in there, and now he's trying to get that last cupcake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you pay $2 extra for that cupcake to make sure that you get it?
I mean, going up from $10 to $12, yeah,
Would you do
it? Easy.
Facts, right? No. What if I told you that I had more cupcakes? That is what fucking these editors and the whoever owns One Piece is doing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You bait them, tell them, hey, look, this shit about to end. Hop on it now. Hop on before it's over.
Yeah.
Nah, we got 15 more years. Like, they've been scheming for a minute, bro. Like, that's what we keep getting those consistent, like, One Piece is ending in 5 years, or like, there's only 10 One Piece, shit like that all the time. And like that's a marketing thing, man. It has to work in their favor somehow.
It does, because think about it. One Piece has been trending on Twitter for the past 2 weeks. Like, chapter 955 was so hype. The anime runners tweeted out a picture of Zoro holding Enma.
Damn.
Yeah, like that's been as hype as One Piece has been. Like, these last 2 weeks, that has been trending on Twitter. You literally have the manga people spoiling the anime onlys, showing pictures of Zoro with his new sword. Like, man, it's a great time to be a One Piece reader right now. You gotta go upstairs and brush your teeth. Okay, you're ready for bed.
I'm hoping that I don't gotta like fucking like, man, because this happened with the Reverie, man. Like, you like, oh man, you have no idea how much resent I have for Oda with the Reverie, bro. Like,
oh man, I do have a lot of resent because I wanted to see the Reverie. Like, it's once every 4 years in the OP role, so there's literally probably no other chance we're gonna get it into end of story time skip. That we're gonna get another Reverie. Like, we literally are not gonna get another one.
That's probably really good. Yeah, EOS.
It's like, oh man, like the end of series. Like, this, only the next time we'll probably get another Reverie, another world event.
Fuck, bro.
Actually, if things go a certain way, might not get another Reverie at all. Because remember, that's world government stuff. If the government goes down, it's all gone.
Damn, so that's technically the final Reverie. In the final Reverie, we abolished the Warlordd. So, damn, wait, yo, Keisha, coming through with the facts, man.
With the facts.
Sorry, I was just trying to follow the cupcake talk before. I was like, I can't get into that conversation.
Bro, you know how we do it here, random long ass descriptions and shit, man.
I know.
Of the weirdest off topic shit.
Yeah, here making stories and shit, man. Story time, nigga. Yeah, I hear man. Last time when Grimm came through, he fucking like he slipped it in, bro. I don't know how like I didn't fucking like call him out for shit, but like he nigga said he fucking used to be a male escort and shit. So we got a story time about that nigga, man.
Story time.
I missed that one.
But so what's up, Keisha, bro? This is the weekly roundup, as you already know. Solo leveling was on break this week, so unfortunately, solo leveling readers, we won't be able to address any new developments in that. We will be continuing the One Piece talk for a bit more. That's like like in a Venn diagram, One Piece is like the middle section of like what fucking most readers are. So, Keisha, bro, what are your thoughts on the chapter? How do you feel about what's going on?
I really enjoyed that chapter. I mean, it was hype for a reason. I mean, and I'm gonna butcher the hell out of the name because I couldn't say it all during my reaction. The Shishu, yeah, I can't even say the Warlords. They're gone. Though, are they really gone? Because some of those Marines are gonna fucking die. I mean, Mihawk is the world's greatest swordsman, and I don't think anything short of a Buster Call, which is potential because, they surround the island and stuff that each warlord is on. So a Buster Call is very possible for any given, encounter. But I don't think anything short of that is going to take that man out. Buggy, on the other hand, he's already said, it's like, yes, men, go fight. Show them what you're made of. I'm going to slip out the back door while you're busy. Honk, honk. So, you remember the buggy car that he had? I bet he's got a buggy airboat or something that he's going to zip the fuck out of there. But, so, like, we kind of know how that's going to happen. Buggy will survive. He's probably been planning for this shit for, since he became a warlord. It's like, I don't trust the government. I like the benefits, but they'll turn on me in a second. So
Course,
I got to
man.
be prepared.
Just like he would. Just like he has. I mean, I don't think lesser of Buggy for this, because not only is a characteristic of him, but like you just pointed out, you're now like on the run again. Like that's, and these niggas
He's like, back to the way it was.
Yeah. And like they catch you, they literally they catch these niggas butt naked, dog. Like they're fucking out here, like they just got the news about it, and there's already a fleet right outside. So,
I know, like how far in advance was this being planned? Because like these people aren't like all necessarily in the same area; they're pretty spread out, and all of this is basically being coordinated. It seems like all at the same time.
Fuck.
So.
Yeah, and it puts emphasis too on like the importance of the new systems and Morgan's. Like Morgan's is a character that like, all right, me personally by myself, like this is no impact on anybody else or the facts of the story. But personally, I don't fuck with Morgan's because he's propelling this like the same fanboyism that we do as a community. Like the majority of the community fucking thinks that fucking like Luffy's fucking godly, and then like this and that or shit like that. It's like it gets annoying. Like if we just use what's on the pictures drawn and like the information given, like let's keep the scaling concrete throughout the storyline. Yes, Luffy will eventually be PK or whatever, but like right now he isn't. Let's get there first. Let's enjoy the way there.
Yeah.
But like,
oh, he's the biggest hyper and fake news writer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's basically us. Exactly. The Big News Morgans is us.
Yes,
he's our reactors.
100%. Yep. He's older, like depicting how we 100%. Yeah.
I think I actually heard that in one of the various reactions or reviews I've heard for the chapter, was that it's like Morgan's is a surrogate for the audience. Because these are moments that we all love. I mean, it's stuff that's kind of been telegraphed a little bit, but we weren't sure if it was going to happen, like the Warlord situation. And now that it is, it's like, what the hell's going to happen next? I can't wait for the next chapter to drop, So, yeah. Also, it's hilarious that, he has this airship and he's like, okay, time to move. It's like, so he never stays in the same place for long because people want his fucking head.
Fuck am I doing, bro? Bro, I told you, bro, if I talk, I fucking suck, bro. Look, the next game I'll get the W. Like the W next game. So, Keishan, Mihawk. How you feel about him?
He gonna kill a lot of people, like I said. That island may not be standing after it's all said and done.
But I'm just like I'm trying to figure out like what the because I don't see Mihawk fighting like this.
He literally said, "Oh, what level of excitement? You know, I haven't had this in a while." So he's ready to go.
Yeah, but even in the viz, Milder confirmed that he's talking about chase. So like he's talking about like running away and who's gonna come up to me and force me to fight them type shit. Like that's what I think it's gonna be like. Mihawk's gonna go about his business, leave the island obviously because he has to. But like if the Marines ever get too close or or on some bullshit or whatever, he'll definitely do that thing to them niggas. So it's like, all right, who's gonna put in the effort to get that thing done to him? Is what he's saying. But like, cool. That's how I take it. Cause like no matter how, I mean, let me put this frankly to like all the viewers. Like, please take this as literal. If you're gonna be offended, like, please be the most offended you've ever been. Like, you can suck the Mihawk dick all you want. Deep throat that shit good. Lick the bottom of the shaft. Take it down. Swallow the nut. Spit it back up. Rub it on your face. And
Oh, I thought you were going to make like a sword swallower analogy
do
there.
whatever you want with that Mihawk dick. But don't tell me that if a Buster Call, like Keishan said, with like 5 Vice Admirals, right?
Yeah, Vice Admiral.
Or a Buster Call with a single Admiral comes. Don't tell me that Mihawk's just gonna be just okay, man. Like, I'll even give you leniency to the 5 Vice Admirals, right? 5 Vice Admirals with an entire battalion for bombardment. Not to get off in the fight. They're there for bombardment. So they're there to like hit that nigga, attack that nigga, bombard that nigga from far away and shit. He's gonna have to throw slashes inaccurately to stop all their shit, to block all their shit, to cut their shit. He's not surviving all that shit, my nigga. Like that's like he's not, man. Like that's not the case. That's not the case. If white
Unless he has a level of armament hockey that we're not aware of.
This nigga's soft, bro. Come on, though.
Well, look, he's one of the only wielders of one of the only 3 black blades that we know. I mean, he wields Yoru. We know that there's Shusui, Autumn Water, and well, not black blades, but there's really only 2 black blades in the series that we know of, and so this dude is this guy, basically Oda. When he was doing his Vivi card, we know that the reason why he's so good in a fight is because basically he sees what happens before it happens. Pretty much Oda is alluding to this guy having premier observation hockey, Katakuri level, if not higher. Because he basically has said that the reason why Hawkeye sees everything, the reason why they call him Hawkeye is because he's clairvoyant. So he can see it coming before it happens. That's why he basically beats you to the punch. Kind of like what Katakuri told Luffy. You try to throw a left punch, so I hit your left shoulder. You try to throw a right kick, so I hit your left leg. Like, so that's basically who Katakuri is, to a certain degree.
I'll definitely accept that he has the ability to do whatever he wants to. Mihawk's got it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, I don't want to, like, isolate him from the other possibilities that other characters in his position have because he has a certain name or because people like him or whatever. Like, just as much as Boa is vulnerable to, like, being attacked by an admiral, like, if he does fucking too much resistance, the same thing is up for Mihawk. Like, no matter how much when niggas want to talk about it, Mihawk can get jumped by other niggas that are as strong as him and die. That can't be the case.
Of course. I definitely think that maybe a Marine Admiral, that Kizaru could be just enough for him to beat him, of course. I believe that could definitely happen. I don't think it's going to take 2 Marine Admirals to beat Mihawk. I think one is enough with him. It's just the fact that his portrayal, though, like when you compare all the Marine ships sent to get everybody else, then you look at how much they sent to get Mihawk. There's like 13 plus ships there to get Mihawk.
I mean, with Boa,
we saw maybe
Go ahead.
You go ahead. No. Go on.
No. You go ahead.
Okay. Nah, because with like Boa it was like what 5 or 6 ships. With Buggy probably 7 or 8, but with Mihawk there's 13. If there's 13 to get this one dude, and then even what you're alluding to, that we know that he sank 49 ships at one time when he was going against Don Krieg and them. Like, this dude is bad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, it's not gonna be easy to capture him, no matter who
Not
you
at
are.
all.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, Henry, I guess in addressing what Bushido was saying, made me consider that, like, so Green Bull hasn't had an appearance, right? Or like, this is a chance for like a bunch of niggas to show off or showcase a bunch of shit, right? So if we consider Green Bull's possibility, um, he hasn't had a fight yet. We barely know anything about the character, and he hasn't even roamed the world. But it does seem like a Kainu has the ability, or like is comfortable enough to make him like active, or to employ him to on a task if needed. He told him to tell Fuji to get the fuck out of there and shit or whatever. And you know, Green Bull went and told Fuji. He ain't do shit about it, but he went and told Fuji. So like, I'm expecting some shit where like Green Bull is gonna be sent on this coordination, on this mission. It's just probably the biggest priority that the Marines currently have. Like, this is probably the biggest assignment on like the nigga that does the paperwork, Kong, if he's still like existing or around or whatever, or if Sengoku has paperwork to do in regards to this. This is probably the biggest file on their desk right now. The abolition of the warlords, warlord system, assault A or whatever. And of the logistics, they're sending Green Bull to fucking go deal with one of the warlords. I'm expecting that. One of these niggas, what you said fucking earlier, like, really resonated with me too, Keishan, about the Buster Call shit. Like, you gonna need Buster Calls for these niggas. These are basically Buster Calls. Like, I know Buster Call is more specific. It requires having either 5 vice admirals or an admiral and, like, a large coalition of ships for bombardment. But, like, these seem, like, pretty fucking close to fucking Buster Calls, what we saw. So, if Green Bull
well, the
gets
only
set,
one that technically isn't is for Weevil, which it looks like he mostly just has fodder surrounding him. You can see a burning city in the background, and you think these fuckers can stop it. You know what he does.
damn, bro. Like,
And if they do anything to his mother, there is no stopping him.
so I'm asking, like, who do you guys think is gonna fight an admiral? All right, out of these warlords, like, who's gonna get captured first? Like, that's the shit. Like, fuck, bro. I might have to do some videos on these shits, bro. Cause
Yeah, I mean, as I said, if he actually goes along with the promise that by the time Kobe runs into Luffy, Kobe said he'd be a Marine Admiral next time Luffy. Boa could succeed in his mission in capturing Boa Hancock just by
nah, you
that
gonna be fucked up.
portrayal. Yeah, I mean, I agree, bro. I really don't think Boa's going to get captured. But if he goes along with that portrayal, that is something promotion worthy. Like, he caught the leader of the Kuja Pirates, you know. But I suspect that Boa won't get captured and that we'll have another development happen in there by the time we get to hear what happened again around the world once we get the break at the end of Act 3. As far as who do I think will get captured or could get captured besides Boa, but I doubt it because he's not going down to be Buggy. But that's about it.
So
I
you
don't
think
see any
they're
of the
gonna
other ones.
fail every other time, bro?
It would just suck for him.
Yeah.
He just got out of prison. Like, it's not even been a year. And he's like, God damn it, you're sending me back.
I mean, do you guys think that literally all the rest of them are gonna fail?
That all what?
Do you think that they're not going to be able to capture any of the Warlord?
I don't really see it. Weevil maybe, but he would probably break out.
This is fucking crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
the downplay for the Marines is real.
I mean, I'm not trying to downplay him, bro, but it's like, okay, if most of your forces are in Alabasta, and Kobe is saying that you're already strapped, like, okay, if I saw that Onigumo, I saw that Momonga, and I saw that let's say John Giant and them were after any of these guys, then I would give credence to some of them getting captured. But we literally have only seen fodder going after the former Shishibukai. We haven't seen any named Marines. Like again, we didn't see Onigumo after Mihawk. We didn't see Dalmatian or Doberman after after Weevil. Like we're not seeing the headquarters uh, vice admirals. We're just seeing run of the mill captains and stuff like that. So if we got a better
captains, bro, you a captain, nigga? Damn, man, run of the mill captains, bro. These niggas is
Well,
ballers,
hell,
bro.
Kobe was a fucking captain last
These
week.
niggas is fucking ballers, bro. Trying to talking shit about these captains.
It's like maybe a captain ain't much of nothing.
You can't be the captain. You can't be the captain, nigga. Fuck out of here, man.
I'm just saying, man. It's like we're not getting these named captains and vice admirals, and, and rear admirals going after like okay, if I heard that Hina was going after Buggy, okay, yeah, Buggy's getting caught again. Period. Boom, Buggy's getting clapped again.
It's like, you try and slap those cuffs on me. It's like, look, slip of the wrist.
Exactly. Slip of the wrist, flick of the wrist. He's captured because it's Hina.
One
But
second.
again, go ahead.
Viewers, I want to try this out. New for the weekly shit. For the next 2 minutes, type in what topic you want us to talk about next, and then we'll talk about that for whoever's most. But yeah, let's keep going, guys, until we get like a bunch of shit.
Oh yeah, real quick. Did anybody, because I've watched Tekking's review and I watched some patches live reaction and everything. No one is talking about it. Sabo is the father of Makino's baby. No one else seems to be talking about that. Why?
For real? How?
Well, look at the way she's reacting. She's like, Sabo, no. That's not just, oh, he's an old friend. Because, like, if that was the case, then that whole damn town would probably be acting more like she was. But, like, and then the fact that the baby says da, or dada, kind of deal. It's like, it really indicates more that there's more to that relationship than.
But there was like literally no time, like at all. Like Sabo just recovered his memories when Ace
I know
died
it's
2 years
a
ago.
little fucky, but look
Like,
at that baby, compare it to Sabo, because it don't look like Shanks, which has been the long-standing theory.
But he's like super young right now. Like he shouldn't really have any of his. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just the like timing would just is just.
I'm just saying it feels like a strong possibility to me. Because it just seemed like it was such a weird, out of the way kind of thing to focus on her. I know she had the connection with the, Luffy, Sabo, and Ace, but like Sabo, she probably would have had the least connection with. So why is she mourning over him as much? So.
Hey, what's up, Leo Messi? Bro, the One Piece draft, bro? Nigga. Bruh. There isn't a minute, dog. You know, low key, bro. We supposed to do it every holidays. Low key, bro. And we getting to that point. You about that, mother?
Yeah, man. If I have time, definitely.
Oh, mother, it ain't about it, bro. You ain't about it,
I'm saying, man, I just can't make a full on commitment. Like, you know, that I'm gonna be like a part of a team, because those things take quite a bit of time to get through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with all of the responses and everything like that. You know, guys getting tight over over
Stay loose, stay loose.
over decisions being made. It's like,
Yeah, that shit gets like, yeah,
it's funny. That stuff is funny, man.
yeah. That shit gets stressful, dog. But I'm glad we did it, like in general, bro. Like, that shit was like, yeah. At least we showed that we could do it, or we could get it done and shit. Alright, bet. Let me see what niggas is saying in the chat. First school to school, nigga. Fuck. Alright, so niggas saying one punch. We're gonna get a hero versus dragon tournament after the arc ends. Confirmed, bitch. Confirmed, bitch. Like, you don't even know, bro. You don't even know. What they like? I low key want to renew all the streams we do every arc, but that might be like that might take like fucking every 2 years, man. It's gotta be like every like 6 months.
No, longer than that.
Yeah. But yeah, we're definitely gonna hop on that shit, bro. The up next coming up, most likely the thing that I'm like that I have scheduled for sure for the holidays, for like the Christmas season, like December, like the month of December and shit, is the A, B, C, and D rank heroes tournament. We're gonna like go like straight up like fight anybody that's fucking not S. They fight. They fight, man. And then yeah.
I don't think there's D rank.
Whatever, bro.
I'm just saying. That's true fan style. Like that'll be like the OC tournament. Everyone just creates their own hero, and then we do a tournament on them.
Shit. But Team Gear Spur. Oh, you confirmed, man. Yo, sure ain't that shit. And low key. Oh fuck, my nigga. Yo. Oh my gosh, Marcus, remind me to slide you the 20 grand in Discord for this idea, dog. We should set these niggas up in teams, man. That's what we should do. Like fucking do a lottery where like you randomize certain numbers, and until we fill like 6 teams that are randomized with like different classes like A, B, C, C, D, whatever like that, and have those teams fight. Have the tournament of those teams. You know, four heroes, 6 heroes per team, or whatever, and then it has to have A, B, C, and D. Fucking Keishan. Class heroes in that bitch.
D stands for doesn't exist.
And then yeah, that's how we remind me. That's how we gonna do it like that, bro. And we're gonna use teams instead of fucking individuals, because individuals are gonna be fucking hard as fuck, and then it's gonna be obvious that the letter of their class is gonna indicate a lot. But if they're in teams, just like we've seen them regularly now, or consistently now, and exceptionally effectively now, up against stronger opponents, I think it's pretty safe to use them in that way, or maybe even that Morata and one have intended us to see these niggas as teams instead of individuals, because the ABA took on Grow, so that'd be fire. You already know she's gonna be fire as fuck, nigga. Fire as fuck, bitch.
All right, gents, I gotta go. It was good chatting with y'all, though.
Facts, bro.
See ya.
Yeah, we're probably gonna head out in like the next 15 minutes or whatever.
So, y'all be good.
All right, bro. See you later. Thanks for coming through, man.
All right. No problem.
All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we gotta, bro. Like, no, that shit's been getting demonetized because like, like the first like 2 minutes or whatever, like I'll say fuck, some shit like that. I'll slide it in on accident, and I forget to edit it
Yeah, I
out.
try not to.
Yeah.
At least for the first minute. It doesn't always work.
But I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to fucking start doing that shit. So like, we might have to like hold off on the cursing in the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like crap our style and shit. Um, Speaking of that, don't go into too much detail because we gotta save it for the podcast and shit.
One Punch.
Yeah,
Delighted.
yeah. I think we have it scheduled for Tuesday, right?
Yes, it'll be 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
I think is
We'll be recording that and shit. So if y'all niggas wanna come talk shit in the general chat or recording the Discord, we'll definitely see most of what you guys type, and we might even comment on it. So make sure you guys join the Discord if you wanna, you already know.
actually probably the funniest thing is like when we're in the podcast, like my brain energizes with all the information that everyone else is, compiling, and then that's when I do my best theorizing.
Exactly.
So what I say here could be completely different to what I say on the podcast. Yeah. Except for things that are more obvious and, straightforward. But yeah.
That's why I fuck with that shit. Like when we're actually in the podcast, like actually recording it, a lot more stuff flows like just off the bat, and I think it's has a lot to do with like our chemistry over time because we've done it for like over a year and a half now, I think. So like,
I know it's crazy.
Yeah. So like the awkwardness or like the mannerisms or like um our speech orders and shit like that. Um, they're all to a point where we can flow efficiently. Like even editing's become easier and shit to a certain extent. And
Well,
like,
that's a benefit.
like yeah. And like there's so much more like shit that comes out, bro. Like when you can depend on like the guy next to you to say some credible ass shit or like something that'll make you think. Like yeah, like Sasuke, bro. Like Sasuke be like, and he be saying some shit that like just makes you think, like, oh shit, oh yeah, like it's out of nowhere though, because yeah, nigga be making niggas think that like and like One Punch is like mid or medium or on his list or whatever, but like nah, and that nigga said One Punch is top 5 on his list, but like I think it's like number 5 or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. How'd you feel about the chapter though?
I loved it. Like, I didn't pick up on the whole, like, Gearspur, like, the helmet was actually restraining his powers. I was more on it was amplifying it, as it was originally stated. But
Yeah,
it was like one of you guys brought it up, like, during the last podcast, that, like, with the lightning that was coming off of his head after his helmet was busted. I didn't really pick up on that at all. So,
yeah, I didn't. That was me.
So I was like, what is that? I thought it was like electrical discharge from the helmet, not his powers. So, because I mean, psychic powers, electrical discharge, it's like, how do you know the difference? I guess with the amount there was, but you never know. This is high-tech shit.
But didn't he say that like it was him seeing Tatsumaki and like her using her power that like made all this white shit rush through him and rush like to his head. He like couldn't able to hold it off or something like that.
Let me refresh my memory of that particular. It may be. Let's see here. I had the privilege to see the power of Mistress Tatsumaki. It was the big boss in the original translation. Now my head is brimming with images of something overwhelming, but I can't really control it. Not really sure how to take that. So maybe it was just like,
read it one more
oh,
time?
this is like what is possible.
Read
And then
it
it's
one
like,
more
maybe
time.
I had the privilege to see the power of Mistress Tatsumaki up close. Now my head is brimming with images of something overwhelming, but I can't really control it. So basically, I'm taking that, I guess, as he saw what was truly capable of from an Esper, and he wants to replicate that, or
Yeah.
he wants to maybe replicate it, but like the latent power that he apparently has, he can't control it, so he might actually be pretty up there. So, I don't know. I'd say he's in the top 3 Espers we've seen in the series so far.
He's definitely like that's a poll question. I gotta fucking drop the poll questions too. Fubuki versus Gearspur. What do you think?
Hmm? You
Fubuki
were kind of
versus
cutting out.
Fubuki versus Gearspur. What do you think?
If he ever controls his powers, he's giving her the Esper dick. I hate to say it, but it's true. Because, I mean, he's doing the psychic lightning, which apparently is a super advanced technique, apparently. So, she can't do that.
Well, all right, guys. Fortunately, we're gonna be cutting off this session's or this week's weekly roundup. Um, I need thanks to Madra, Keishan coming through. I think Zarso came through for a second too before he left. Like we said before, Solo Leveling was on break this week, so we weren't able to cover it. This week's best chapter was indeed One Piece. Uh, One Punch was right there, but One Piece is going to take it for this session with the reveal that the Warlordd system was abolished. Taizai, unfortunately, was okay, but
It was okay.
yeah, it was okay.
I definitely see it, like, with every chapter, you're kind of going to get to see, like, one of the sins kind of fight off against the Demon King, you know? But maybe not the case with Escanor, you know? The big guy on campus, of course he gets 2 chapters.
Hey Marcus, could you drop the link to the Discord in the chat? Guys, after this stream, when we end it, we're gonna be in a general part of the Discord, just talking about everything. So make sure to come through. I'm gonna drop the link right now. So click the link, and then you'll be home. It's literally where we like just do everything, chat all day. That's where we keep all the photos of the pics. So make sure you come through. We're expecting Solo Leveling to come back next week. One Punch won't be for 2 weeks. I think One Piece goes on break, correct?
It's not on break as of this week that I'm aware.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's at the 29th, and that was via the Viz. So, you know, that's next Sunday. So it's not on break.
All right. So
My Hero will be back, which you don't like, but I don't care.
Trash Hero.
No.
Trash Hero. Yeah, but make sure you guys like the stream. Like I said before, this stream was Patreon sponsored. We're gonna give special thanks to Life Plus, Chesson41, and Joseph for supporting the Shogunate, and we'll see you boys next time. Yo ho ho!